Hello, my name is Mike Salvi, and I'm here to get you all caught up on the news. I read you the news headlines so you don't have to. Which news headlines? We go to the Associated Press because that's where all the news gets their news from. So we go right to the source. We're going to cover all these topics so that when you're out somewhere and these things are being discussed, you overhear a conversation, or somebody says to you, "What do you think of this?" You'll know. You're going to know about what's going on in the U.S., the world, politics, um, entertainment, sports, business, science, and tech. Because this is your source for all those things, for daily news that's done twice a week. So let's get started. I'm reading you the top 5 headlines that the Associated Press wants you to know about in each of these categories. So here are the top 5 stories that the Associated Press wants you to know about inside the United States. Now, let's see if the video made it. Let's just see if that's in their top 5. It's definitely in my top 5. Powerful storm kills 2 people and leaves 1.1 million without power in eastern U.S. Our hearts go out to those 2 people and their families, but 1.1 million without power and only 2, 1 is too many. But it's a very small number, so that's it is what it is. An Ohio election that revolves around abortion rights is fueled by national groups and money. This isn't news. Every election thing topic is fueled by national groups and money. Where's the story? Bursting ice dam in Alaska highlights risk of glacial flooding around the globe. Okay, I don't know what to do about that, but I'm not seeing the story that I was hoping to see. Glacial dam outburst in Alaska's capital erodes riverbanks, destroys at least 2 buildings. I will say that this is probably a big deal, especially because the Associated Press was like, listen, there's 5 stories we want these people to know about. 2 of them have to do with this. They have 1 more. Let's see what it is. U.S. inflation has steadily cooled. I'm hoping that it's like leading into U.S. inflation has steadily cooled to the point where people are able to afford nice vacations over the weekend, maybe going riverboating or something. Nothing. It's not in here. Anyway, U.S. inflation has steadily cooled. Getting it down to the Fed's target rate will be the toughest mile. This is bullshit. This isn't news either, by the way, because if you bought a box of Honey Nut Cheerios or cat food or anything lately, you'll know that the price is heavily inflated. Moving on. What's going on in the world? I read these to you so you don't have to read them. Maybe you could just hit play on this video while you're driving for the next 10, 12, 50 minutes. Who knows? I don't know how long this is going to be. South Korea evacuates thousands of scouts from coastal campsites as tropical storm nears. Yeah, good idea. That should be, SOP, standard operating procedure. But it's the #1 news story. Niger's junta rejects a diplomatic... It's junta, right? Junta? I'm saying junta because I took Spanish classes. Niger's junta rejects a diplomatic visit by regional and UN officials over atmosphere of menace. He's like, nope, not happening. There's no diplomacy today. Try a different approach. Send him a cheesecake or something. The World Food Program slowly resumes food aid to Ethiopia after months of suspension and criticism. Well, that's nice of the World Food Program to start giving them food again. They suspended it? I don't click these, okay, so don't expect any detail. I just want you to know the headline. That's it. India's opposition targets Modi in their no-confidence motion over ethnic violence in Manipur state. I wonder how I did pronouncing both of those words. A lot of tension going on, man. Still nothing about the tension that happened over this weekend here in the U.S. I know this is a world, but the U.S. is in the world. There was some tension there for sure. And the last world news story that the Associated Press wants you to know is to stay inside. Stay inside as dangerous stormy weather lashes northern Europe, officials say. 2 people have died. If you're out in northern Europe, get in. Moving on to everybody's favorite topic, politics. Republicans are taking up, these are the top 5 stories that the Associated Press wants you to know about politics. Republicans are taking up the news now. This should be news, meaning that it's not something that we knew before. Republicans are taking up the possibility of impeaching Biden. Is it what voters want to hear? Don't they always try to impeach the other side like the first day they get in? I don't think that's news. A proposed constitutional change before Ohio voters could determine abortion rights in the state. Yeah, well, that's how it happens now. Biden will announce a historic Grand Canyon monument designation during his Arizona visit. Mississippi Governor Reeves faces 2 GOP rivals in Tuesday's. I was hoping it was saying like he faces them in a cage or something. I really want to see these. I'm not into like a WWE but unscripted fight. That should be how these people get voted in. Harris says new rule means thousands of extra dollars for workers on federal construction projects. Typically how it goes, they throw you a bunch of money. By the time you earn it to spend it, it's not worth. Honey Nut Cheerios are going to be $15 a box, put it like that. Moving on to our second favorite topic, entertainment. K-pop star Suga becomes the third BTS member to begin military service in South Korea. These K-pop stars. Could you imagine a tank pulling up on you and then a whole K-pop band just pops out, does a little dancing and blows your house up? Louis Cato, TV late night band leader, offers Reflections, a new album of laid bare, honest songs. I hope I pronounced your last name right. Congrats on your album. Mourners in Ireland pay their respects to singer Sinead O'Connor at funeral procession. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, rest in peace to Sinead O'Connor. Rapper Tory Lanez is expected to be sentenced on day 2 of hearing in Megan Thee Stallion shooting. Rapper Tory Lanez is expected to be sentenced on day 2 of hearing in Megan Thee Stallion shooting. I say the Mike Salvi, but people say that it should be spelled with 2 E's, like Megan Thee Stallion. Otherwise, it's just the Mike Salvi. Anyway, themikesalvi.com. That's where you can find more stuff that I do. Simon & Schuster purchased by private equity firm KKR for $1.62 billion. My dumbass read $1.62. I didn't see the billion at first. I was like, I could have bought that, John. On to sports. Your number one source for sports. These are the top 5 stories the press wants you to know about. Column. That's not part of that. Yes, it is there, but that's not part of that. It's not conference realignment. It's consolidation, and no one is safe in the dash for cash. Sounds like a rap song. I don't even know what the hell this is about. Pac-12's downfall. Who the fuck is Pac-12? Pac-12's downfall came after it could not adjust to changing media landscape. All right, I don't even know what that is. Georgia fires football staffer who survived fatal crash less than a month after lawsuit. This guy's had a hell of a year. You survive a fatal crash, you lose your job, then you get sued. MLB suspends Chicago's Tim Anderson 6 games. Cleveland's Jose Ramirez 3 for fighting. Well, now why did the one get 6 and the one get 3? I guess the winner. Does the winner get 3? Like, if you win the fight, do you get more? Are you So why does the one get 3? Hold on. MLB suspends Chicago's Tim Anderson 6 games. Cleveland's Jose Ramirez 3 for fighting. So they suspend one for 6 games and the other one for 3? Who'd they suspend? The guy that lost, he gets out for 6 games, right? That should be how it works. Like, there should be an incentive for you to win the fight. U.S. basketball rolls past Puerto Rico in World Cup tune-up opener, 117-74. I don't even know what the hell that article's trying to tell me. Somebody won. Was it Okay. Oh, U.S. beat Puerto Rico in the World Cup. They rolled past them. Can't they just say won? No, I got to do this whole tirade on what does this article even mean? On to business. Of all the business that's happening around the entire globe, these are the top 5 stories that the Associated Press wants you to know about. U.S. inflation we talked about this, and it's bullshit. It's not news. Stock market today. See the ticker? No, you don't. Wall Street drops with markets worldwide on worries about banks and the economy. Yeah, fucking Dogecoin is down too. Italy proposes bank tax to help people with interest rate hikes, sending stocks plunging. Yeah, we tried. Campbell Soup will buy maker of Rao's sauce for $2.7 billion. Good for you, Rao. Is that even how you see? Do you even give a shit after you just sold soup for $2.7 billion? How they pronounce your name? I certainly wouldn't. And the final business story that the Associated Press wants us to know is that UPS lowers 2023 revenue outlook, citing labor deal with 340,000 unionized workers falling volume. Yeah, well, that's what happens, okay? It's August, all right? And it's not January anymore, okay? You think you're going to do great in January. August hits you. You're riding high in April, shot down in May. That's how it goes. You got to adjust the goalposts once in a while. What's happening in the science world? Well, these are the top 5 stories that the Associated Press wants you to know about in science. Even frozen Antarctica is being walloped by climate extremes, scientists find. We're getting close. The story is like sneaking its way in here because those people on the dock certainly got walloped. Boeing's first astronaut flight bumped into next year. More repairs needed. Take all the time you need before you go voyaging into places where you haven't gone before. Biden will tout long south. No, that's not how you pronounce these words. But when you say tout and south, it's close, right? Biden will tout long-sought Grand Canyon Monument designation during Arizona visit. 6 months after devastating earthquake, Turkey's preparedness is still uncertain. I want you to know how my brain functions. You see it, I see it. I saw the word turkey. My eyes saw this bird flying. I don't even know if turkeys fly, but I wasn't thinking about the country as I was reading. My brain was going Thanksgiving. So let's try this one more time. 6 months after a devastating earthquake, Turkey's preparedness is still uncertain. You know, I want to say, like, how come we don't hear about this? But this is the top 4 story in the news. If you've ever sent any money to the Ukraine, send half of that to Turkey. They could probably use it. After helping prevent extinctions for 50 years, the Endangered Species Act itself may be in peril. Are they going to overturn that too? Just kill all the bald eagles, kill everything that's endangered, get rid of it all. It's time to move on. Let's evolve. Speaking of evolving, on to the tech world. Georgia kids would need parental permission to join social media if Senate Republicans get their way. Again, I don't click these. I don't go into detail. I thought that was already going on. Can't you not be a kid on social media, or if so, your parent has to approve it? Elon Musk says he may need surgery before proposed cage match. This is really happening. Elon Musk says he may need surgery before proposed cage match with Mark Zuckerberg. This is the number 2 story in the tech division of the Associated Press, and what they want you to know. They want you to know these two are going to go at it. This is what I'm talking about. Let these people just fight it out. Wolverine in a cage style, just know. Tesla CFO Zachary Kirkhorn steps down but will remain with the company through year's end. How is that tech news? He's the CFO. He's like the finance guy. This isn't even technically tech. Troubled Toshiba announces buyout offer led by Japan businesses. So a bunch of businesses in Japan got together and said, let's buy Toshiba. What to stream this? Oh God, this isn't news, but it's in here, and this isn't tech. This isn't even in entertainment. We're gonna read it just because I'm just a messenger. What to stream this week? Gal Gadot, Red, White, and Royal Blue, and Only Murders in the Building. This is 2 things, right? This isn't 3. You can't stream Gal Gadot all weekend. You may want to, but you can't. So Red, White, and Royal Blue, and Only Murders in the Building. That show I like. Martin Short, Steve Martin. One show, great show. Well, that's the news. Hope you're all happy that you're now caught up. So if you're out somewhere and somebody brings up a story about the Tesla CFO, you can say, oh yeah, that's the top 3 story in tech this day. I'd like to tell you I'm going to do this again tomorrow, but Lord willing, it'll at least be one more this week. Twice a week for daily news is a great way to start. And this is why I'm your news source for all things news.